thought this draft that KC have presented us, it's not looking great, but we'll see. Like, because you know what, Jack? As casters, we've been wrong many times before.
That's
In fact,
true.
I've made a career out of it.
Yeah.
So we will see. Maybe NAVI will prove us all wrong and show that there is something in their draft that we don't see just yet.
Let's hope, because again, I will say, if we talked a lot about AD carries, but in terms of support matchup, Neeko in 2v2s has so much strength that her alone usually can dictate not only just
Also,
the level 2, but
let's talk about the intangibles.
The intangibles, okay.
Yike on Vi
That's true.
does have a bit of a history.
It's a pretty good Vi game, though.
But it was negative before. Now it's actually one of his best champs this year so far.
Man, I think we can just lock the camera.
Let's focus in on the history.
Let's lock. Could we lock the camera on bot? I think this game is totally decided by bot lane, because bot lane, you can see it, it's so volatile. They are going to be trading non-stop, and Caitlyn and Neeko, I mean, already have gotten a huge 8P advantage, and this feels really bad for the Lucian and Milio, because level 1 is the one time where you can see how they want to trade. You want to do the Lucian W with the Milio E and try to trade on it, but Rhilech is dancing in the bush looking for the invade.
Wants to steal, going Yike. Here we go, get revenge for last game. Reset of patience, no, not yet. There's a smite, and that's a good start for Rhilech. Sneaky invade here from the Navi jungler.
Is it a good start?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
It looked like it, why wasn't it?
because he takes so much time to get one camp, and now he's going for his bot side, actually.
I mean, I love that he's using the push that Poby has to just do stuff in the enemy jungle. Trundle is a great duelist in the early laning phase. Sorry, the laning phase. Just early levels in general, thanks
my
to his
god,
Q.
it's still level 1 on bot. This is so unplayable.
Jackie experiencing secondhand trauma right now.
I have played this matchup before, yeah. This is tough.
I
mean, it's 5
now.
CS on SamD. He's going to try to pick up some of these under tower. And now Caliste has to be a little bit worried. So, I mean, the nice thing about Rhilech's pathing is that he kind of like, you know, threw a curveball in there. And now, since he went to bot side, he can kind of protect his bot lane.
Yep.
Yike choosing to skip the red buff here. Wants to just pressure a dive, maybe? Or wants to look for an invade on the blue buff.
He's going to go for the invade. Boost just going to help out as well. With that prio, it means that they can do anything here in the jungle. Blue buff can be started. Rhilech will now get level 3 as well.
I think
we're quite even.
Rhilech wins the 1v1 though, I think. So, but I mean, they do have full bot prio, so I suppose they can just steal
Fight
it.
for both though. That's going to come through from Yike first. There's the Tangle Barbs as well. Rhilech Pillar saves the life here as Caliste kites it back. 90 caliber net and the Q at the same time. SamD comes in, very risky, pops the barrier as well. Now Parus might be caught out as Kyeahoo cuts off the path of the escape to the left. Blue buff was taken. Scuttle's going to be taken as well. Kyeahoo stops Snake Lady from walking into lane.
The wave is in a pretty good spot.
It's not like he's going to lose much, but he's just a nuisance.
Okay, I mean, I like the adaptation from Yike. He realizes, okay, my bot lane has push. I can take advantage of this. He skips the red. That's the most important thing, because killing your red doesn't really matter that much, because obviously it's great to get the cooldown already going, but the rest of your camps are really what you want to be cycling. Right now, the fight is over that top crab, but I don't think Yike is in a position to contest this.
Parus is here, while Busio decided to stay for the bot wave.
I'm not sure if Q was charged up, but regardless, smite comes down through from Rhilech first, so Yike gets zoned out. While meanwhile, we go back to the top lane. It's just for the plating here that Canna is just going to do a bit of damage and snap back to the Soul Unbound. But he is doing pretty nicely up here. He's going to get the TP forced out of Maynter. And it's level 6 inbound.
The thing now is that Caitlyn got the pickaxe, while Lucian got the longsword. So now it's a 15 AD deficit in the bot lane matchup. And we already saw that was pretty hard for the Lucian and Milio to play. And now it's going to be quite a bit harder for them to ever actually win trades. And I'm kind of surprised by how much action there's been in the jungle department. But I think Rhilech kind of knows that he needs to introduce some volatility of his own. Because if Yike could just full clear the bot, and his bot is getting pushed in the whole time, it's going to be really, really hard for him to play. So that's kind of the mindset that Rhilech has in this game, but so far, it hasn't actually resulted in any sort of lead for Navi. As SamD dashes in.
The caliber net is nice, but stepping on a trap, this is perfect. CC chain, SamD's dead! Oh my god, from Casey's 2v2, that was clean.
It was so clean from Caliste. Uses the 90 caliber net to proc his passive. He then gets trapped into root into trap again, or was it root into trap?
It was root into trap, and I want to ask you, Veri, was there a lot of skill expression Lucian could do there after he died?
Skill matchup.
Pass.
Next question,
please.
There's a 1k gold lead bot, and the wave just got pushed in. Now I believe it was a cannon wave, so There'll only be a couple of minions denied, but so much damage already done on the turret and Caliste. We're going to find out what he comes back with next as we look at the replay. Let's
All
find
right, show
out.
us, Jack. Break it down.
I mean, the hard part is that this is why this matchup is so bad. Because if you try to dash in, even if he doesn't get hit by the Neeko E, it's still a losing trade because he just gets hit by the Caitlyn EQ and then a Neeko Q. But because of the fact that he doesn't have the cleanse, because he has the Milio, pre-level 6, if he gets hit by the Neeko route, he's just dead. And I don't know, like, what can the Lucian do?
Be sad by the sounds of it.
Yes, so.
Okay, well, our eyes are still on Rhilech. Right now he's pinging towards mid lane. Is there even a gank here, though? That just might be.
Maybe, yeah, who tried to push out the wave. He does successfully do so. Now trying to kite it out as he flushes over the wall. Rhilech gets a pillar to block his path. Yeah, who can't go anywhere. Turns in the egg as Yike tries to save the play. Poby hits him over the wall in that egg. Vault breaker, right? Yeah, Yike cannot save it. And NAVI get one. And their first one of this game, too.
Okay, I mean, investing in Poby is definitely not a bad idea. Get the Cassio ahead if you can. Now the bot crab, but the fight between the junglers.
Pretty good so far. Rhilech, pillar is back up and available now, but he chooses to run out instead. For Scuttle, Yike will take priority down here, while NAVI's bot lane has to back off.
I love the response from Casey's bot lane there. The comm was clearly from Yike. Hey, we can contest crab, even though we don't have Anivia, they don't have anything else. Let's fight them for this, and they secure that crab. Now they can secure the dragon as well. Another nice trade from Caliste.
Yeah, it's going to be the Drake for KC. And I mean, now they could even look for a bot dive, since Yike is going to get level 6 off of this dragon.
Trouble. Crystallized. Flash Frost gets the stun, waiting for the next Frost bite onto Rhilech, who's running for his life. This bird is going to get the help from a two-man sword. Flashed in for the Q. Mortal Steel in the back of Rhilech.
And bot lane is also going to be zoned off of tower from that bot side trade. I mean, it's painful across the board for NAVI here.
It's rough. Things could be better for NAVI.
Is there a butt coming?
No. Just more so just kind of observing. You know?
Yeah, just part of it now. We're just enjoying.
You know how on wildlife shows they say that when you see like predator and prey, you're not allowed to interfere.
Yep.
That's kind of what we're doing right now. We're just observing.
We're letting it play out.
Yeah. Guys, I'm sorry, NAVI fans, we can't interject.
No, we can't do
we're not
anything.
allowed. You just kind of have to let nature take its course. And right now, it is KC with a 1.8k gold lead, 8 minutes into the game. An early swap towards the top side to perhaps contest the grubs that are now on the rift. But he's bottom lane on the top side. I think it's going to be difficult for NAVI to get the prio needed in order to contest.
Yeah, they do have a slight tempo advantage, so they will be able to push in this wave. But the problem is that Rhilech is on the bot side, so they can't start the... Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is happening already.
That's a
just with the
solo
recurve bow. You think so? Well, I'm starting to think, yeah, because Maynter ulted to the wave! And he gets punished. Canna with a solo kill, and it just keeps getting worse.
Yes, it absolutely
Not
does.
for KC, though.
No,
But their story gets better.
it is devastating right now for NAVI. The Yone getting a solo kill is just going to accelerate that champion, which is the last thing that you want to have happen. Blade of the Ruin King is such a big spike for him. The call isn't even halfway completed.
He's 3 levels ahead
now
of this
he's evading.
jungler,
He's
making
evading.
2. Rhilech's going to 1v1. Let's see if Subjugation even comes out the pillar out, but where's he going to go? Fate Seal flushed away from it. He snaps back to the Spirit Clip. Subjugation finally comes through, but it won't do much here on the Yone. But now finally Maynter teleports in, Decimating Smash to get some revenge back. It's nice. It's a shutdown over to Poby.
Okay, 2 kills for Poby, 700 gold lead.
Okay.
We saw him, he had some good plays on the Azir last game. Maybe he can try to make some magic happen on this Cassiopeia. That's the one silver lining, bronze
SamD.
lining.
Can he play meanwhile? Ace in the hole. If he got hit by the Q, I would say problem. Maybe he's going to back away. So
It might be a problem anyways, if they
Yeah.
can cancel him here.
Harris is going
they
to
don't
stop
get
his
it off.
base. He's found out. Now he's got to get a mega fireball kick. It's buffed and cease and desist. Tangle Bubs. Nowhere to go. Paris does flash away to his turret, but it's matched. Busio going to get the auto while Yike takes up the turret. And KC, they're on a tear again.
They absolutely are. It is pick after pick, plate after plate. KC, ever on the map, just continue to build a lead. And it's great that Poby gets that shutdown. 2-0-0 on the Cassio. The question is going to be, is that enough? Is that enough to turn the game around? Because NAVI, they're going to need a fight. They're going to need a good fight. and a lot of kills in order to swing the momentum back their way, but with objectives falling over and over, Dragon in 1:50 will be their moment, will be the opportunity for Na'Vi to maybe have the items needed to set up for a fight and contest KC. But then the question is, does KC even need to bother? Do they really need to fight for the second Dragon? Because with the lane dominance that they currently have, they can just continue playing for these towers, playing for these plates, as the Lucian falls further and further behind.
Yeah, I mean, you really need that first item on Poby, I think, because right now, despite the fact that he has a 800 gold lead, he only really has the Swifty boots above Kyeahoo. So in terms of actual fighting prowess, there's not going to be a huge difference there, while Caliste is going to be a lot stronger alongside Busio than SamD and Parus in pretty much every skirmish, especially with how much they can chunk them down. I mean, SamD already half HP now with Caliste using that ultimate. And it's just the problem that this Na'Vi draft runs into is that you don't have anything to actually pressure bot.
Yeah.
Like Rhilech goes bot and puts on a pillar, and then they say, and then what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now Caliste, he can pretty much single-handedly take this tower, but having the support of his team just adds that extra bit of pressure. SamD, see, so remember we talked about that 500 range during draft?
Yeah.
It's not enough to last hit those minions, Jack. Yeah. The traps get put down, he gets zoned away from the wave, he loses gold. He will at least get XP, that's the good news, but it is a dire situation for SamD here in the bottom lane.
One thing that we didn't talk about too much that KC did really well was they had Canna level 1 ward the middle bush. And the big reason for that is with this matchup, what Lucian Milio really needs to do is get a great trade level 1 when Caitlyn and Neeko are face checking the bushes so that they can actually chunk them out and try to at least contest the wave. Because we've seen now this game what happens if Caitlyn and Neeko can just push you in undeterred. And it's a horror for the Lucian. He needs to be able to dash in, trade back. But maybe with Poby, they can try to play for Drake here.
They're trying. 3k at the very least. Rhilech is on top of it. Yike's going to back away, so Smite steal. No, he takes a blast code. Vault breaker for the steal. He had us in the first part of the camera hook as Cullen comes out from SamD. Layers down some damage, but KC ready to go back in. Pillar stops the Vault breaker from Yike. Who puts down the Glacial Storm. You see that Na'Vi trepidatious and walking towards, but Dragon is down. KC get number 2, and that was Na'Vi's objective. Snuck away by the KC jungler.
The Smite King, Yike is able to find it again, but it's tragic, as you say, Jake, for Na'Vi, because this kind of felt like it could be their comeback play. Caliste was on the bot side. They actually had a little bit of numbers advantage, but now it's 2 dragons for KC. They're going to get the bot tower on this wave as well. And maybe they can even look for a play if SamD tries to walk up here. I mean, Yike is behind them.
I mean, yeah, they walked up, now walking back. Caliste got a 90 Calibanet. Cease and desist is there, right on top of the Milio. Parus has no chance. He's one shot. Caliste would kill number 2, and it keeps getting worse here in the bottom lane. Is now in a turret's under threat with 2 plates taken off the instant push.
It simply goes from bad to worse as Na'Vi's options continue to be limited. They are running out and rapidly. KC Gold just balloons as Caliste secures the first tower of the game. The Yone nearly completing the cull in the top lane as well. He's almost guaranteed to get that Blade of the Ruin King on base, and if you thought the matchup was bad before, Blade is just such a huge swing for the Yone.
Yeah.
It'll be KC just continuing to dominate here. I mean, we're only 14 minutes in.
It's only 6:13, or when did I look at my phone last? 6:17. Like, it's not very late in the night. And, I mean, this is a dominating performance for a team that, after G2, we were concerned how they're going to turn up today. A lot of people were worried that, like, oh, maybe KC were broken after the end of the season, after maybe the Madrid Roadshow. But here we stand, revitalized, recharged, and I got to say, I mean, everyone's firing on all cylinders. Who was someone I was worried about. He's had a stable game. He didn't get ganked before, but it was a merit of Rhilech here in the second game.
I think Kyeahoo is the one player thus far that hasn't really shown much, not in a negative sense, but just like, I mean, in the Rise game he had some good roams and played well, but in this game he hasn't really had to do much of anything. Like, the top is just winning on his own, and bot lane is, I mean, 3,000 gold lead combined. and now they're just taking mid towers. Like, this is like a solo queue game where the Caitlyn gets so fed, she can just go to every single lane and just take all 5
That's
blades.
legitimately what I was just thinking about. I'm like, this is like my solo queue games where I'm just happy 1v1 against my enemy mids, and now I'm sad because enemy Caitlyn is here, and I'm like, sorry, she's what? Why does she have Hex Optic and a BF sword in my lane?
Oh, hang on, maybe caught out. No, that's only Busio. Kaliste's already spaced back. Good decimating smash. By the way, Maynter did ulti. It ran into a clone of Busio's from what I saw, so unfortunate there is he tried to pick the angle for Navi to fight.
You know that cat meme of what's going on over there? Because I'm looking at that Yone sitting in the top lane.
Isn't that super old?
Maybe. I'm super old. Get over it, bro.
You are. They're trying gaze. Flash Frost not connected from Kyeahoo. An opportunity here is Rhilech. Pulls out the subjugate. Going to go into egg under turret. Poby's already tanked it up. Rhilech is tanking up a bit too much. That egg needs to die now. Rhilech, one more shot would kill him as Poby comes in to save the day. He's on a killing spree yet again here as Caliste in the mid lane gets quite low, but so does SamD with one shot. Yike was busy getting the Herald in the top lane, while KC's approach here in mid adds some pressure with the TP from Canna to cover bot.
I mean, Canna, yes, he's sad that his mid lane lost his life, but the good news for him is more farm bot lane. He continues to push in top. He gets a plate up there, TP's to bot, catches that wave. The Anivia can now move to top lane to go and catch that wave. And as you mentioned earlier, Kyeahoo, I mean, like, yes, he's a little bit behind, but it really doesn't matter, because as this game continues, his responsibility is not to be the carry. His responsibility is to provide utility to the Caitlyn that just went back to base and picked up an Infinity Edge. We are 16 minutes and 30 seconds into the game, and the Caitlyn has an Infinity Edge.
Yeah, at this point, I think Kyeahoo doesn't have much responsibility at all. He could
I think he has got payphone on full blast, and he is having the time of his life. He's literally, I mean, he's not typing in all chat, just to be clear, but if it was me, I'd be like, gank me again, you know?
I would be running mid-diff, you know? Like, that's a classic, when you go 0-7 or something, end a game, and you go, top diff. Speaking from experience. As KC, look, it is only that mid lane. Every other lane, as we're talking about, the gold lead is up to 6k, 2.5 in top, now with Bladed Ruin King and Canna then some. Also, we mentioned the Infinity Edge for Caliste. I want to see him hit some people as damage is going to be fun. Flash Frost going to hit top lane in Poby. Rhilech, a bit of trouble as his pillar was sent out. I believe it popped up Kyeahoo for the 1 damage, therefore turret aggro.
I mean, the thing is, last game, in this scenario, we talked about how could Navi find the comeback. Because they had the stronger 5v5 and they had good tools to do so. The problem this game I have is that I don't know how Navi comes back. Because as you see on your screen, Rhilech puts the pillar, and then Kyeahoo puts the wall. And that's the one engage. No. Unless you get a Sion ult, but that's going to get blocked by the Neeko clone.
And everything's going wrong. We just saw the Herald charge past the pillar. Pillar wasn't put up in time, so inner turret goes down.
I mean, yes, correct. Both of you correct. Yes.
Correct.
Thank you, teacher.
It's a situation where, as a caster, we're simply waiting for the inevitable, because Navi need a miracle. That's just the reality of their situation. They need KC to not only egregiously make mistakes, but they also need to find some crazy angles, because normally I would argue like, oh, if Rhilech was on, let's say, Ambessa, maybe he could find an ult onto Caitlyn, and then maybe that's a way they could turn this game around. But Yone, he's just 1v3.
White shield onto Rhilech, under the inner turret. Caliste comes in with the damage. Rhilech close to dying. Ace in the hole's already been used, but even so, there were blockers in the way. But inner turret's going to lose its plating regardless. Rhilech has come back out because wolves are spawning. Luckily, there's no wards here. Otherwise, that guy, he'd be in trouble.
Oh, but if he goes for the blue buff, Yike is around. He's on a pink ward, but Yike has the ultimate.
Yike. Oh, pillar now. Now. Flash and cease and desist. Subjugate. He is dead. Good little Q. Oh, Subjugate keeps him alive. No, he's dead. He's indeed dead. And we are going to match point. Get in the way, someone. Busio flashes. Oh. And it's just so easy for KC. What can you do? Pop Blossom on this Lumberjack who just doesn't have enough HP. Caliste with 3 kills. And this hasn't even been close from the start of game 1 to now.
The drafts, man, like the drafts need to just be questioned simply here. It felt like they had so few tools at the beginning of the game, and Rhilech, he's trying to sneak away jungle camps. He's trying to stay relevant in this game, and KC even denied that from him. After Rhilech falls, Maynter is simply too overextended. Busio commits his flash. I thought it was quite funny. Caliste quickly drops like 3 traps in a row. He's like, okay, no, yeah, that'll do, get that one there.
It's hard with the knockouts because the model.
It's true.
But yeah,
So,
I think with the draft discussion, Vedi, like for me, the puzzling pick is the Trundle because I think of Trundle.
I think it was the Lucian Milio.
Okay, the Lucian Milio as
Caitlyn
well.
was open.
Okay,
We both
I agree.
said
I agree.
Caitlyn.
I think Lucian Milio is not good because Lucian's is hard to play into Vi, and then it's hard to play into Caitlyn as well. But also, like, you're picking Trundle for Rhilech when you already have the Sion, so you know that Canna is not going to play a tank. He's always going to play like a tank killer.
Sure.
And the Trundle just doesn't have any value. Like, you want to play Trundle into immobile carries or into a tank so you can steal their stats, neither of which is the case here.
You know, I was talking about this on a very famous podcast, and actually Orcs was mentioning this with Aragon as well. It's called meta merchants, by the way. Top lane, right now, to play tanks, when there's so many top lane options available, that's why we get these constant Gnar bans, Vayne bans, for example. It's not as safe as it once was to pick things like Cassandre, what we got in game 1, Sion in this second game. Without proper setup, this game, it feels like all the picks can be criticized here from NAVI as to what it's running into KC's side. It does feel like, again, this draft was a little bit more questionable than the first one. First one, back to front, we knew how it worked. This time around,
I think it's not back to front.
I mean, I felt like in game 1. Parus, you gotta be really careful here.
Killer. Parus dead, maybe. Yike just running at him menacingly with ulti up.
So right now, KC simply clearing out all of the vision. And observers, if you could highlight that, yes, thank you so much.
Thank you, observer.
As you can see, Na'Vi don't see anything. So Baron can be started at any point. Right now, they can feel relatively safe that it's not because the Caitlyn is clearing out the mid wave.
Yeah.
But there's always that possibility. And so Rhilech has to move into the fog of war to clear out what vision he can. He's incredibly paranoid. But then what you do is you reset, you replenish your wards, which is exactly what Busio has just done. Picked up another control, restocked his wards, and while Na'Vi now look to clear out their own side of the jungle, you've already got control, so you don't need to reinvest your vision. All you need to do is come back onto the map and start clearing out all the vision that Na'Vi has just put down for themselves. So it puts you in a very commanding position. It really suffocates Na'Vi out from the map. And while they've just used all their vision topside, guess what? Dragon's spawning in 35 seconds.
Yeah.
So guess who definitely doesn't have any vision around the dragon? It's Na'Vi, and KC will immediately turn their attention towards that soul.
I think the only play Na'Vi could have is... actually, maybe they don't have anything. They're just getting pushed so deep in mid. I was going to say they need to try to pressure Nash themselves before Soul spawns.
Yeah.
Because they have a lot of damage with the Cassio and the Lucian Milio.
But they can't contest the mid wave.
They can't even get to the Nash in time. I mean...
They have to commit 5 people mid in order to contest the wave. KC are responding with 5 of their own.
Killer on bird. 5 mid, as you said. The angle from Yike. That's a free cease and desist. And over the wall, at least SamD's doing some damage. Yike might be caught out. He gets away, but the culling tags him on the heels. Canna jumps in, trying. Na'Vi are doing better than you'd expect. 8,000 gold down as KC don't really get a clean fight.
They don't, but KC do still have position over the dragon. Yike is healing up by doing his own camps right now. KC will get the push on the wave. They'll force Na'Vi back. Maynter quickly going back to base to replenish his HP, but he's now back out onto the map. The problem is Na'Vi have conceded so much, and again, this dragon becomes an impossible objective to approach. The only option Na'Vi now really have is to try and cross-map by threatening the Baron, but because they've just recalled, it's too difficult. So that's going to be Soul secured by KC. It looked like a close fight, but in reality, KC got exactly what they wanted.
Hextech Soul on Anivia, Caitlyn, Neeko. Yeah, this is really starting to look like the nightmare solo queue.
What do you mean starting to?
Okay, well, it's always been, I guess. But now it's like really setting in, you know?
Oh, yeah.
This is where you want to FF, and then your team is like, no, let's...
Be completely honest, Jack. How many times, if you're this Lucian Milio, have you pressed the FF button? Be honest.
I mean, in a competitive game, I would never forfeit.
Yeah. But we were talking about solo queue.
But in a solo queue game, probably I would say it's lost. But I always have the mentality of, if you've already played 25 minutes, then you might as well see what happens. Like, Canna might int it.
Yeah, maybe he gets turret as well. I mean, or at least try to get some plating. No, he's going to run into base. He's wasting time while Baron's going down.
Yeah, okay.
Maynter also ulti. Teleport was also burned for this. Canna versus the world. I mean, look, he does good damage, but he's not going to be able to get through that much of Na'Vi. Baron is going to go down in the meantime, while the chase led near the Nexus.
Okay, well, I mean, Na'Vi get a pick. I think it's overall worth it for KC, though, as they walk away with the Baron. KC, Soul, Baron, with the range that they have, they can begin their siege. Canna has TP. He is 30 seconds away on the death timer. But yeah, 1-4. They could even play 1-3-1 if they. I wouldn't recommend it. They should play 1-4.
Yeah. They can just play 2 lanes and siege it down. But this is where, like, so I would never FF in this exact situation. Because I have the opinion of, like, either you FF at 15, or if you, like, at this point, either you're going to lose in the next 2 minutes, or you're going to have a comeback. So then you might as well see.
Okay, sure. Fair, fair. I like that logic.
Because now if Casey doesn't end with the Nash and the Soul, probably something has gone really wrong.
Right.
Oh,
Exactly.
yes. No, if they don't do that, then Navi have a chance, which is great. But then also, we come back to what we questioned in game number 1, where it wasn't clean tidings to end the game.
Poby.
Our concern. Vault Breaker in. Parus decides to face check. He did this on Lulu, but Yike does flush away. KC, maybe they're doing it again. Culling with a Vault Breaker. Yike is going to survive for now. Crystallize not too bad while we look at the right side of the fight. Canna makes his entrance. Ace in the hole. Maynter is dead. Yike is really testing the metal here as he stands his ground and almost dies, but doesn't lose his GA.
And now the front line of Navi is dead for 40 seconds.
Flash.
Oh, Poby!
Petrifying gaze. Poby making something here with the Twin Fangs unleashing. Caliste is dead. Canna tries to come in, and Poby actually standing his ground with the Cozy Campfire. He gets a bit of healing up. Canna has to jump back out. Busio gets a root down, and Poby is 5-0. He's 3,000 gold ahead of Kyeahoo. If anyone can do it, the Popester can.
And Poby finds a huge pick to narrow the gold lead down to 8,000.
I mean, it's a much-needed pick. If nothing else, Poby is the shining light for the team right now. The Actualizer does give him a ton of damage.
Yeah.
And if Casey disrespect, they give more picks over to Navi. There is a very slim world where they turn this game around.
Poby's 5-0.
Yes. That is what Jake said.
Yeah, wow. I mean, Yike, like, I think Yike here was caught a little bit unaware of Navi's position and nearly ends up going down. Just, they don't quite have the damage to actually get his GA. And then Maynter dies and Yike gets the triumph.
Well, I think Caliste is the one that makes the big mistake here.
Yeah,
He's just trying to steal away the Raptors. He thinks he's relatively safe, but a nice flash ult from Poby. The Milio ball follow-up as well to limit Caliste's options.
Yeah, no flash as well. Actually, flip game on Elder is not that bad, but it will be hard to join.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Flip the game on Elder.
Flip the game on Elder.
That really pretty much is what they're playing
Possible.
for right now.
Casey did not end with the Baron and the Soul.
Yeah.
So they now have an actual chance to at least get to the Elder to have a fight for it.
I mean, it's all on Poby, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's the guy that we're keeping our eyes on. The story for Navi, this split has been Rhilech largely this year, but now the man in the mid lane is the person that we're keeping our eyes on to step up and find a carry performance for Navi to try and equalize the series 1-1.
Liza's out. Kyeahoo doing a lot of work. He gets pillared as well. Culling, he flashes. Great pillar, by the way. Didn't notice that until it was too late, and that pillar from Rhilech gets a summon around with the help of damage from SamD.
That's flash down for Kyeahoo now for the Elder fight in 1.5 minutes. Casey still want to try to contest for this tier 2, but if Rhilech can get another nice pillar like that, and they could burn a flash from Caliste, that could be pivotal for the actual Elder fight.
Canna's going in face, Dylan, everyone runs in, but I don't know if that's actually good. Parus will survive, and Poby too. Casey is skipping steps to try and end this game. They will get top turret, but Canna just tried to show how many people he could hit.
I mean, Canna got the flash from Parus and the heal. He nearly ended up going down, but I kind of still, I like the play. Like, it was kind of like...
Well, I think that there's no real downside because the Elder is still a whole minute away.
True.
And they secured the top tower. And Canna, I mean, I can quickly check his ult.
He for sure will have it.
It is...
40 seconds, I think? 40, 50?
30... 30-ish? 30.
30-ish.
30-ish.
Where are the numbers coming from?
Yeah, just 30-ish.
Okay, trust me, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
So Canna's going to have ulti,
Yes.
but is the flash from Parus big? I mean, actually, probably kind of is, right?
Probably.
So, what are the percentage chance that Navi win this fight, that they win this Elder split?
Percentage?
Yes.
You want to give you
I
percentage
want you
chance that Navi win this fight?
Because I'm more optimistic since I've seen the last 3 or 4 plays.
Somewhere in the
3% maybe?
1 to 3% range.
Ooh, they like those odds. Let's see. Maynter, Hexgate, 5 seconds to Elder. Canna's found out. Navi are in the river, and that's the first step. The hardest step is getting here.
That's true. I'd say it's 4% now.
Okay, good.
As Caliste is going to take some damage here from the Elder. CPN from Canna has the shield. Canna is going to look to stack up the Q3 here. Maybe he can land something on the carries of Navi.
Elder has
The
reset.
pistol and more scared, obviously. Caliste stacking up his passive.
Poby just tried to ulti Yike, and Yike just stepped away. Crystallized sends away NAVI. Right now, KC are playing the time game, and Poby has no ultimate. That is a big whiff from the Korean mid laner, who is the strongest in the team. Cullen going to come on out. Clone's going to block the rest of it. Cozy campfire for the range. Rhilech steps on up. Angle from Maynter misses the ulti as well. Meanwhile, Parus going to get cease and desist. No flash, remember. He's just going to die while Canna jumps in, takes down the other bot laner. The setup, the pop loss will be good as fake seal miss from Canna, but Poby's in the middle. He's got no ulti. He tried to ulti Yike, and it's a whiff. It's a hit. It's KC with a triple, and the Elder. This game is once again done.
It's done, it's dusted. 5 members of KC stay alive as Navi gets ace. They tried to flip the Elder, it wasn't enough. KC looking to go to match point.
And KC showing a really dominant best of 5 thus far. I think for me, a big surprise. I did think that KC were the favorites going into this series, but I mean, KC has looked so dominant in the early game.
Fixed a lot of their mistakes against G2. KC aren't going to take the lower bracket run handedly, but they are going to show us up against NAVI, as NAVI have yet to enter the series. And in a 31-minute win, as we're diving the fountain, it is match point, it is a 2-0 start, and it is KC looking to move forward today.
My goodness.